Welcome to Grammar Grade 9, Unit 4, Lesson 24. Today we sort sentences by their structure, starting with the two most important shapes of all, the simple sentence and the compound sentence. The secret to telling them apart is going to come down to one small act, counting the main clauses. Let's learn to count. Before we can tell sentences apart, we need one building block, the main clause. A main clause has a subject and a verb, and together they express a complete thought. Because it expresses a complete thought, a main clause can stand alone as a sentence all by itself. Take a short one, the river flooded. 2 words, one subject, one verb, and it's already a whole sentence. Here's the rule that runs through today's lesson. Every sentence needs at least one main clause. How many it has is exactly what we're going to count. Now the first of our two sentence types, the simple sentence. A simple sentence is built from exactly one main clause, with no subordinate clauses attached to it. Don't let the name fool you though. A simple sentence can be quite long. You can pile on modifiers, adjectives, adverbs, prepositional phrases, and it stays simple because none of that adds a second clause. Look, the exhausted hikers rested at the summit. Plenty of describing words, but still just one complete thought, standing on its own. Here's where people slip. A simple sentence can have doubled parts and still be simple. Watch the first one. Diego and Priya painted the mural. That has 2 people in the subject, a compound subject, but only one verb and one clause, so it stays simple. Now the second. The storm rattled the windows and knocked out the power. One subject, the storm, but 2 verbs joined by and. That's a compound predicate. Still just one main clause, so it's still simple. Doubling the subject or the verb never creates a second sentence. Now the second type, the compound sentence. A compound sentence joins 2 main clauses into one. Watch. The vote ended, but the debate continued. See how it works? The vote ended is a full main clause. Then comes the joining word, but, and the debate continued is a second full main clause 1 and main clause 2, each of which could stand on its own. What links them is a comma and a joining word sitting right in the middle. So how do you actually join 2 main clauses? There are 2 ways. The first is a comma plus a coordinating conjunction. There are 7 of these little joining words, and you can remember them with the word fanboys. And, but, or, nor, for, so, yet. The second way needs no conjunction at all. You use a semicolon. For example, Maria sang, Robert danced. The semicolon does the linking all by itself. Either way, the result is the same. 2 main clauses packed into one sentence. Before we practice, let me show you the single trickiest trap in this whole lesson. Telling a compound predicate from a compound sentence. Look at these 2. Maria sang and danced. There's one subject, Maria, doing 2 things. One subject, 2 verbs. That's a compound predicate, and the sentence is simple. Now look, Maria sang and Robert danced. This time there are 2 subjects, Maria and Robert, and 2 full clauses. That's a compound sentence. The tell is simple. Look for a second subject after the comma. If a brand new subject shows up, you've got a compound sentence. Let's turn all of that into a quick check. Step 1. Find the main clauses. Each one has a subject, a verb, and a complete thought. Step 2. If there's only one main clause, the sentence is simple, even if the subject or the verb is doubled. Step 3. If there are two or more main clauses joined by a comma and a conjunction, or by a semicolon, the sentence is compound. The whole trick comes down to counting the subjects and verbs and seeing how the pieces are joined. Let's practice. Time to practice. In this first set, I'll give you a sentence and you decide, is it simple with one main clause or compound with two? Remember to watch out for doubled subjects and verbs. Pause the video and try each before I reveal the answer. The gymnast stumbled but quickly regained her balance. Is that simple or compound? There's only one subject here, the gymnast, doing two things, stumbling and then regaining her balance. Those are two verbs sharing one subject, a compound predicate, and there's no second clause. So this sentence is simple. The power flickered and the whole street went dark. Look for a second subject after the comma, the whole street. We have two full clauses, each with its own subject and verb, linked by a comma and the word and. That makes this sentence compound. Rahul and his sister organized the entire fundraiser. There are two people here, Rahul and his sister, but they share a single verb, organized, in a single clause. That's a compound subject, not a compound sentence. So this one is simple. This second set zooms in on the trickiest call, the one we just practiced. Each sentence either has a compound predicate, which keeps it simple, or is a true compound sentence with two clauses. Hunt for that second subject. Pause and try each before I answer. The chef tasted the sauce and added more salt. Is this a compound predicate or a compound sentence? Check for a second subject after and. There isn't one. The chef does both actions, tasting and adding, so it's one subject with two verbs. That's a compound predicate, which keeps the sentence simple. The chef tasted the sauce and the waiter cleared the plates. Now check after the comma. A brand new subject appears, the waiter. Two subjects, two full clauses, joined by a comma and the word and. That's a compound sentence. My grandmother tells stories. My grandfather writes them down. There's no conjunction here, but there's a semicolon, and on each side of it sits a full main clause with its own subject and verb. A semicolon joining two main clauses gives you a compound sentence. Let's gather it all up. A main clause has a subject and a verb and states a complete thought. And every sentence needs at least one. A simple sentence has exactly one main clause. And remember, doubling the subject or the verb doesn't change that. So even with a compound subject or a compound predicate, it stays simple. A compound sentence joins two or more main clauses, using either a comma with a coordinating conjunction, your fanboys, or a semicolon. When in doubt, count the subjects and verbs and look at how the clauses are joined. Nicely done. I'll see you in the next lesson.